Coco bone strong. Coco, bone strong. All about money. So sweet like some honey. Tasting my chocolate chip cookie. I need an ass for no rookie. Yeah. Coco, bone strong. Coco, bone strong. All about money. So sweet like some honey. Tasting my chocolate chip cookie. I need an ass for no rookie.
Hey, what's going on, you guys? It's your girl Tosh, aka Coco Bone, coming at you guys with not a reaction but another review video, and this is to Crazy in Love by Blueface and Chrisean. So I don't got not much more to say. I just want to go ahead and get straight into this review. So let's get into this review. So in the first scene, that's where we're picking up from where we left off at, where Chrisean was, breaking down obviously about the whole, court thing, and it's just a lot for her to take in. Then, prior to that, it was drama, big ass drama between Blueface and Chrisean's family. So it's just a lot for Chrisean to take in. So anyway, that's when they go ahead and get back in the car. Now she's with her friend / stylist named Elle, and he's, rolling up, and in the midst of him rolling up while they're on their way to the airport, that's when Chrisean is letting him know that, Blueface decided to be childish and take down the music video they had. He blocked her. He only did that to get Chrisean's attention. Chrisean agrees that it's working, and she is giving him his attention because of that. That's when she also goes into telling her friend Elle how he's upset and feels like he's taking losses with her, and she feels like she took a loss because she lost a motherfucking tooth. You know what I'm saying? I mean, dead ass though, like Blueface, because of your crazy, childish, immature antics, your girl lost a front tooth for your ass. But anyway, honey, and in the midst of them, talking, they're basically, on their way back to the airport, as I stated, and Chrisean is just ready to just get the fuck on up out of Oakland. She's ready to go back to Los Angeles, okay? And that's really it for that scene. In the next scene, that's when Chrisean and Elle arrives back at the house in Los Angeles. That's when Chrisean is also getting ready to go out to the club with Elle and, meeting up with DJ Sky. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that she is on Baddies West with the other castmates. She wasn't actually a castmate, obviously, but I believe she was there because of Chrisean, being as though that she's on this show with Chrisean. So, okay, all right, I see you, DJ Sky, making your rounds. But yes, that's when her and Elle gets into the car and they are ready to take off and go to the club and have a good old time. So that's when Chrisean, DJ Sky, and Elle get in the car and they're on their way to the club. And as they are on their way to the club, Chrisean has been explaining everything that has been going on with her and Blueface to DJ Sky. And honestly, DJ Sky is doing what the fuck she's supposed to do. Stay what? Quiet, bitch, okay? Zipper on the mouth. Muzzle on the mouth and everything, because one thing I have learned while getting older, you don't get yourself involved with people's fucking relationships, okay? I remember making a reel video that got over about, I think, like 55 likes by people. If you got any issues with your relationship, please do not come to me about your fucking relationship problems. And I definitely, most certainly said in that video, your relationship problems. Like, I'm over it, bro. Like, don't come to me about your relationship, because the minute you go and give your genuine advice on somebody's relationship, what happens? They deflect and they insult. So with that being said, it's best that DJ Sky don't have no opinion and she just
Oh wow, really? What? Girl? Oh,
you feel what I'm saying? It's way better for her to be like that versus being too involved and giving too much energy and her opinion to the relationship, because most of the time people only want to hear what they want to hear when it comes to their relationship. And when you really try to give genuine right advice to that person, they get offended. So fuck it. You're a grown-ass woman, grown-ass man. Y'all both do whatever y'all please, because I don't got shit to do with this shit, okay? So in the next scene, that's when they finally pull up to the club. DJ Sky with her fine ass and Chrisean is having a good old time. I don't know where Elle was in the scene. I'm sure he was there doing his thing, having a good old time too. after the club, that's when, you know, Krishan and DJ Sky and Elle all come out. Elle decide to buy Krishan some roses, and while Krishan is holding the roses and holding hands with her friend DJ Sky, they're a little closer than I assumed because sis just kissed DJ Sky on the lips, okay? Krishan and DJ Sky had a little what? Little kiss, okay? And I personally don't think Blueface is gonna be pleased with that because for some weird reason, men really get upset when us women kiss another woman. Like, we always think like, oh, it's another woman, it's okay. But for some weird reason, men get really mad when it comes to that too. We all know, for us ladies, we know that most men are very what? Insecure, okay? They will never admit it. So honey, I'm gonna admit it for them. They are insecure as fuck when it comes to their woman kissing on any man or any woman, and I'm pretty sure Blueface is gonna have a problem with it. So that was pretty much it for that club scene. In the next scene, that's when we see narrated within the show that Blueface returned from Las Vegas. The production crew arrives at his home 30 minutes after an alleged physical altercation between the two, okay? And police roll up, you know what I'm saying? Like, they trying to figure out what's going on. Producers is assuring them that they got everything under control, everything's fine, and the police, you know, decides to, you know, like dip off. So in the next scene, that's when you see Blueface outside next to his black and green car. I ain't gonna lie, that shit hot as fuck. But anyway, he's outside next to the car because Krishan is sitting in the car looking exhausted after their physical altercation, as I expect both of them to look exhausted after that bullshit. Toxic bullshit, may I add. But yes, Krishan is laying in the car trying to, I guess, like regather herself and re-get her thoughts together, regather her energy together. And Blueface is talking a gang of shit. Now, he makes a statement within his, you know, conversation with Krishan. Nobody cares about a man. It's only about the bitch, okay? I'm not calling Krishan a bitch. If you watch the episode, which I'm pretty sure you have because this is a review, that is what he has said to Krishan, and he called her a bitch. And I understand his frustration as a man. I don't need a penis with a scrotum, aka balls, to understand that society is extremely hard, very hard on men, okay? Men can't cry. Men have to be the sole providers. Men have to be the protectors. Men have to do everything possible to keep shit under control for his woman and in the future for their kids, okay? That's how the way it's supposed to go. But in Blueface's mind, Krishan likes to act like a grown-ass man, and I'm not gonna fraud. I'm so fucking happy he said that, because it's true. Like, Krishan acts like a nigga. She acts like a dude. Like,
yeah, bro, I'm saying, bro, but bro, I'll knock you the fuck out, nigga. What you saying, bro?
like, she always acts so mannish. And I don't understand why so many of this modern day women, my modern day women, so many women nowadays think it's so cool to act like a grown ass man. Now, granted, it doesn't give him a right to put hands on a woman. But on the flip side, ladies, stop acting like a man, and then when you get treated like one, now you want to boo-hoo and cry. No. If you wanted to be treated like a lady, ladies don't put their hands on the man. You know what a true lady do? A lady tells that man, I'm done with you. She packs her shit and she fucking dips and she's the fuck out. Like, she's not gonna even stoop herself down to your level or the man's level and starts to try to put hands and feet on the man. No, I'm just saying, I have a son, so I have to look at it from the guy's point of view as well. Because obviously, unfortunately, my son is gonna one day come across a crazy bitch. As much as I don't want him to, I can't protect my son from everything. So all I can do is give him wisdom. But that's another video or story for another time. Getting back on the topic at the matter at hand, I'm very happy that he told her, you need to start acting like a, well, he said start acting like a bitch, which is still an insult, but I get the gist of what he was trying to say. Stop trying to act like a man, and then when you get treated like a man, you want to boo-hoo and cry. I don't know why a lot of women, not all women, I'm aware it's not all women, shout out to the lady, but to the women that act like a man, you need to expect to get treated like one back, because there's some men out here that are not gentlemen. You can't hit a guy and expect him to not hit you back. Now, some men, that's a real gentleman, they won't hit you back. They gonna walk away. They're gonna, just leave. But there's some other men out here, like Blueface, that might hit your ass back if you hit them. So ladies, if you don't want to get hit by a man, keep your hands to yourself. Now, granted, if a man hits a woman, that is wrong on all levels. Some women, they'll slap a man because they're mad. But not all men are gentlemen and they take that slap and they walk away. You might slap this one guy that has no complete gentleman bone in his body and he just right back at you. I'm not trying to be biased or be, on the man's side, but I do have to, again, look at it from the guy's point of view because I have a son. And there's too many women out here that take advantage of the law of a man can't hit a woman, but you women take advantage of that and you go and hit the man and put hands and feet on him and you really expect for him to not, hit you one time back or to grab you back or to maybe even push you back. Like, don't put your hands on a man. For you men, don't put your hands on a woman. Both of you motherfuckers keep your hands to yourselves and y'all won't be in these types of situations. But when you sit up here, for you women, y'all want to think y'all a man, y'all hit a man, then when a man want to hit you back and treat you like one because you wanted to act like a man, now we're, oh my God, I'm calling the cops. It's like, bitch, you shouldn't have hit him. You don't know how a man gonna come. Now, thankfully, I'm not the type to fight a man, okay? I'm gonna run from your big tall ass. I'm not fucking fighting no grown ass man. I'm a crazy woman when need to, but that's too crazy for me, okay? I'm crazy, but I'm only crazy towards the bitches. When it comes to a nigga, I'm a dick. I might kick you in the fucking knee and run, nigga. That's what I would do, okay? You ain't catching me. But yes, like all in all, people just need to keep their hands to themselves. Man and woman, both genders, stop hitting each other and nobody won't get fucking hit. So in the next scene, that's when Blueface is talking to his cousin Tiny and he's basically venting to his cousin about how, Krishan just wants to be a man so bad. She needs to act more like a female. But if you over here putting your hands on me, you giving me a gash in the back of my head because you want to hit me with a glass because you mad about whatever the case may be or mad about me kissing on other bitches. You can't get mad if I react because you want to sit up here and act like a man. So in the midst of this conversation, that's when Krishan's friend Elle decides to pull up. And honestly, in my opinion, Elle needs to be fucking fired. He is a terrible fucking stylist. Who in a right mind, what woman on this planet wears a sweatsuit with heels? Like, please tell me I am tripping. Like, I can't be tripping. What woman is gonna wear a sweatsuit with heels? Who does that? No! Give her the sneakers! Give her some J's! Some blue J's! What the So anyway, you guys, Elle had put her in this nut-ass outfit. While she's getting dressed, Blueface is still venting to his cousin Tiny, and he's just really upset that Krishan is over here basically, being like, basically playing like the double standard role. Like, you had kissed a woman, so he's supposed to be okay with it, but if he go and kiss other women, Krishan gets upset and she's not okay with it, and oh my God, you're cheating, which I don't understand why she gets like that because you're dating a public famous rapper. Like, that's what public famous male rappers do. Male rappers are typically man whores. They love to taste different flavors from all around the world. That's what you got yourself into, Krishan. But anyway, staying back on topic, Krishan decides to now walk back in the house after getting redressed by her nut-ass stylist Elle, and she proceeds to sit on the couch to see how can they amend things and work things out. So in the midst of these two talking, Blueface is basically saying how he got upset because Krishan had called him out his name and called him a bitch. Meanwhile, from what I heard within this conversation, Blueface is always calling Krishan a bitch. And in my opinion, I really honestly wish that both genders would just stop using this word. But just like the N-word coming from racist white people, the N-word will never stop being said by racist people or racist white people in general. So because that word is never gonna stop being used by racist people in general, period, more so often by racist white people. Black people have decided to take the N-word and use it as a term of endearment towards one another as a black community. So when it comes to the B word or bitch, women have decided to now take that word and use it as an endearment towards one another as women. Why? Because men will never stop being sexist and never stop using the word bitch against us women whenever they get upset. But all in all, you know, Chrisean is also basically telling Blueface, like, you're always belittling me, you're always trying to make me feel small. And Blueface is basically being a narcissist. To make this a long story short, he's like deflecting and insulting and not taking no accountability on his end for his actions and how the way that he basically verbally abuses Chrisean, okay? Calling her a bitch all the time, that's not cool. I'm sure you wouldn't want somebody to call you probably wouldn't mind somebody calling your mama a bitch since you had your girlfriend beat up your mama, but that's another story for another time. That's actually for the next episode. So anyway, honey, yes, like Blueface is just such a narcissist. Like, this scene really show how narcissistic he can be. Do Blueface be making some good valid points sometimes? In my opinion, yes, he do be making some good valid points. Like with Chrisean will always wanting to act like a man and be like a man. That point, definitely on his side with that one. There's too many of you bitches that think y'all got a penis and y'all have a vagina, and somebody needs to remind you that you have a vagina, and since you have a vagina, use your feminine estrogen energy to get what you want in life instead of trying to buck up and pretend you got this testosterone that is naturally not within you to try to get what you want or to try to get a man's respect. You want a man's respect, you cut his ass loose, you never call that nigga ever again until you see him another time or never, okay? And if you never see him, guess what? He's gonna remember you as the lady that didn't put his hands on him and you respectfully bowed out. And he's gonna wish to find another woman like you. That's how you get a man's respect, ladies. That's just the school y'all says a bitch getting a little older, okay? Anyway, in the next scene, that's when, you know, Chrisean is trying to take some vacuum hose and suck out the glass out of his hair. But the gash is so deep, he's definitely going to have to need some stitches because that gash looks pretty deep. So they decide to make their way to the hospital so Blueface can get treated for the gash on the back of his head due to his crazy toxic relationship with his girlfriend, Chrisean Rock. In the next scene, after Blueface and Chrisean come back from the hospital and they go back to the house, that's when Whack 100 Blueface manager decides to pull up and check up on Blueface because he heard from TMZ that Blueface was in the hospital due to Chrisean hitting him upside the head with a big ass glass. And Whack 100 is deciding to tell Blueface that he needs to chill out on, you know, the personal escapades that Chrisean and Blueface be having. Now, even though these personal escapades be obviously keeping them trending over and over and over and over and over, it's like good publicity, but then it's bad publicity because it's good because we know of y'all, but then it's bad because it's toxic. So it's like y'all both just can't fucking win with this shit. But Whack 100 is trying to tell Blueface, like, bro, like, your girl is tripping. Like, y'all gotta get this shit together, man. I shouldn't be hearing from TMZ your ass is in the hospital because your girl decided to, you know, upside your head with a fucking glass. Like, what, man? So in the next scene, that's when Tiny, Blueface, Chrisean, L is all at the studio now, you know, eating on some chicken wings, picking out beats, and basically, you know, rapping, doing their thing, you know, trying to make some music. Whack 100 decides to pull up, and he decides to now tell how he truly feels about Chrisean to Chrisean's face while talking to Blueface, which in my opinion, it was a little immature and childish. First of all, you're a grown-ass man calling yourself Whack 100. Why are you calling yourself that when you're about 40, 50 years old? I have no fucking clue. But anyway, he decides to vent and tell his honest opinion about Chrisean to Blueface in front of Chrisean's face. Chrisean is also, you know, obviously responding back to him. So these two are just having like a little verbal back and forth at this point. And, you know, that was kind of it for the studio scene. So in the last scene, that's when, you know, producers have forced Chrisean to have a talk with Whack 100. They try to narrate it as, oh, Chrisean finally decides to talk to him. No, producers, y'all forced that. Just keep it the fuck real. But anyway, you know, you can obviously tell that they forced her because she did not want to talk to this nigga. She didn't want to talk to Whack 100, obviously after he had, you know, put her on blast in front of everybody and try to embarrass her and say she's the distraction, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, she decides to, you know, go talk to Whack 100 outside. Whack 100, you know, is making some valid points. At first, I didn't like how he came in the studio trying to put Krishan on blast, being rude and whatnot, being immature for his age. But when they did go outside to have a one-on-one personal talk, he was just basically, long story short, just saying, look, can you please just keep all the personal escapades behind closed doors? Because this is boosting your career, but it's hurting Blueface's career, okay? His career is going down the hill because y'all keep having these nut-ass fights in public for everyone, including all the blogs, to talk about. So can y'all please keep that behind closed doors? Now that one I do agree to. But of course, Krishan, you know, is not trying to listen. This is where the immaturity in her is starting to show. At her 22 or 23-year-old age, she does not want to listen, and she's just like, look, we got it. You know, the negative shit, we'll work on that. And they basically, you know, decide to give each other a fake ass hug, even though they didn't really want to hug. Krishan walks off, tells Whack 100 to have a good day. Whack 100 eventually peels off. And that is it for this episode. You know, as y'all already know, I always like to wait until the next episode to give my full-blown opinion. But yeah, you know, definitely the moral story to this episode, both men and women got to keep their hands to their motherfucking self. I'm sick of people always wanting to hit somebody, and then when someone has a reflex and hit your ass back, now you want to cry victim. Oh my God. Now granted, a man should never put his hands on a woman. Why should a man never put his hands on a woman? Because he is stronger than that woman. And if he hits her the wrong way, she can end up what? Dying, okay? So yes, a man should never hit a woman. He can go to jail for that. You know, it could be years, it could be life. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? But I do feel that a man should restrain a woman and let her know, hey, please don't put your hands on me. You keep hitting me. You know, this is my only way to defend myself. You know, a man will grab a woman, like, stop. You know, because you as the woman should not even be coming out of your ladylike character to put your hands on a motherfucking man. Some of these guys are crazy. Some of these guys wasn't raised with common sense. Some of these guys wasn't raised to be a gentleman. Some of these guys are assholes. So if you put your hands on them, don't be surprised if they want to treat you back like a man and they put their hands on you right back. So that is just my personal opinion to this whole entire episode. Both men and women, stop hitting each other. Ladies, be a lady. Stop acting like a fucking man. You know, men, stop calling women bitches, okay? Like, it's not okay. It's a very negative word. I'm pretty sure you wouldn't want someone calling your mom a bitch, your auntie a bitch, your sister a bitch, your, you know, girl cousin a bitch. Stop insulting women, okay? Both ends is wrong, in my opinion, in this episode. Krishan and Blueface, then what? Up. But yes, that is it for this, you guys. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, show your girl some love, help your girl get to 3,000 subs. Make sure to leave some suggestions down in the comment section down below, and please give me a big thumbs up, for it helps to push my videos further out into the algorithm. I'm out this bitch. Deuces.